Hello YouTube friends. For some reason lately I've been almost caught in arguments about the use of microwaves, but I didn't let anyone really argue with me because I don't really want to argue. I just choose not to use microwaves myself. Especially eating most of the food I eat raw. I'm not using a microwave or anything for that matter too often at all. I still cook for my husband sometimes, and even for myself a little bit. But I have people arguing that microwaves are perfectly safe. It's radiation, right? Okay. So, I looked up a couple things on the internet, plus I have a book here. That was one of my course books, one of my first courses in my naturopathy degree. I had a course called The Politics and Prevention of Cancer. One of my first books was The Politics of Cancer, revisited by Samuel Epstein. I don't know if that says it there. There it does on the side. Samuel Epstein. And going through this course, I cried a lot. I was pissed off a lot. I felt like we've been bamboozled by mainstream crap, people trying to sell stuff and put things out there that are not safe, and not to get all into conspiracy theories, but one page in here talks about the carcinogens in irradiated foods. Now, I'm not reading the whole article. I'm just going to read some highlighted stuff that I had checked out here. So food irradiation was the brainchild of the Atomic Energy Commission's efforts during the Eisenhower administration to find practical uses for the flood of radioactive wastes from nuclear weapons. So this is more talking about them irradiating our food before we get it on our tables. Industry and the FDA insist that irradiated food has been thoroughly tested and is so absolutely safe. Foods approved for treatment include fruits and veggies, dry and dehydrated herbs. So a lot of your herbs are unless they're bought organic, a lot of them have been irradiated. Spices, teas, pork, poultry, which we don't really worry about, white potatoes, wheat, and wheat flour. However, New York, New Jersey, and Maine have prohibited the sale and distribution of irradiated food, that as have so many foreign governments, including Germany, Denmark, Sweden, Australia, and New Zealand. Now, this book I think is from '98. It was pretty new when I got it. So, I mean, things have changed a little since then. I'm not sure if anyone else has jumped on board with those other states. So, I have here, is it safe to use a microwave oven? I'm pretty much going to read this whole article because I found it so interesting. Estimates say that over 90% of American homes use microwave ovens for meal preparation and heating. True. Almost every friend I have, well, that's not true. A lot of my friends don't have microwaves, but most people do. Convenience and energy efficiency make microwave ovens essential gadgets in homes and restaurants. In general, people believe that a microwave oven does not have any side effects, neither to their food or themselves. Is it possible right now millions of people all over the world are sacrificing their health in exchange for the convenience of microwave ovens? Yeah, probably. As you might know, microwaves are a form of electromagnetic energy, such as light waves or radio waves, to occupy part of the electromagnetic spectrum. On Earth, microwaves are used to relay long-distance telephone signals, television programs, and so on. But its most familiar and emerging use has been for cooking food. Every microwave oven contains a tube called a magnetron, in which electrons are affected by magnetic and electric fields in such a way as to produce microwave radiation. As these microwaves bombard the food, they cause polar molecules in food, especially water, to rotate at 2.45 billion times a second. This agitation creates molecular friction, which heats up the food. Now, you can argue and say, well, any way you cook food, you're going to have molecular structure of the food changed. And that's true. And that's why people who prefer to eat mostly raw foods do so, because there is going to be some changes. But it's not the same cooking, boiling, and all that as other changes that you get when you use radiation to cook your food. So, though like I said, there's dangers in all heating up of food, because you are changing molecular structures of your food, and your body sometimes doesn't even recognize the food particles as you ingest them. So, but I think in my opinion, it just seems to make sense that radiation doesn't really incidence of stomach and intestinal cancers. Statistically higher percentage of cancerous growths result in these organisms. Plus a generalized breakdown of the peripheral, that means the outer, cellular tissues, and gradual degeneration of digestive and excretory functions. So that's with the stomach and intestinal cancers. And vital energy fields devastated. A lot of people don't think of the vital energy fields as the energy we emit and the energy within. The vital energy field content of all foods tested dropped by 60 to 90% after being microwaved. So that's interesting. We need life force in our food. That's why a lot of us eat raw foods and eat as much raw foods as we possibly can to get the life force energy from the foods. So all food pretty much is damaged. It greatly accelerates the structural disintegration of all foods tested. Now there's biological effects of microwaves also. Life energy field breakdown. People near microwave ovens in operation experience a breakdown in their life energy fields, which increases relative to the length of exposure. Cellular energy decreases. Cellular voltage parallels of individuals using the apparatus degenerate, especially in their blood and lymphatic systems. Or actually it says lymphatic serums, which means your lymphatic fluids break down. Brain circuitry destruction. Electrical impulses in the junction potentials of the cerebrum degenerate and break down. And the nervous system is also affected. And that would make sense because the nervous system is our electrical system. And when you use radiation around your body, that actually is electricity in a different form, in the radiation form. Nerve electrical circuits degenerate and break down while energy field symmetry is lost in the neurolexus. Those are the nerve centers in both the front and rear of the central and autonomic nervous systems. So that's just some information I got. Now, if you go online and look up the safety of microwaves, you're going to find a bunch of articles saying that it's completely safe. But you have to be the decider if you want to have a microwave in your house, even if you're not cooking food in it. If someone's using it to even heat up, say, heating pads and things like that, you're still getting those radioactive waves around. I mean, one thing I read was like 500 meters within the range that when a microwave. Now, I'm sure they have a little safer now where the protection seal around the door of the microwave is a little safer than it would be back in, I guess, the 70s and 80s when people started getting microwaves in their house. So it's just a personal choice. You have to decide if you want this type of thing in your house or not. A couple years back, what we did was I taped the microwave door shut with duct tape, and Bill and I marked down every time we felt like we wanted to use it in a month. So we had a month time. And by the end of the month, there was maybe 3 times that we were going to use the microwave. So we decided just to get rid of it, use the counter space for some juicers or the Vitamix or something like that, because it was a pretty big, bulky microwave that was actually given to us as a gift when we got married. And unfortunately, we ended up giving it away. I hope those who gave me that gift aren't watching right now. Anyway, subscribe to these videos if you'd like more information on natural health. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And is it time to chuck the microwave? That's your decision. That's your choice. Have a great day. Thanks again for watching. Take care. Peace.